First thing I wanted to ask you is your father is such a legend in Puerto Rico. What was it like growing up in such a famous wrestling family on such a small island?
It was crazy, man. Especially during the heyday of wrestling back in the '80s. Everywhere we went, we'd know who my dad was. We couldn't go anywhere without, people stopping him, asking for autographs and stuff. And it's pretty cool. Like in school and stuff, nobody really messed with us because they knew our father was. So it, like I say, it was a good time.
Were you always planning on becoming a pro wrestler eventually? Or?
No, I kind of feel like I had no choice but to become one. I don't even know what my future plans were to be.
And a lot of people don't know this. You worked with the one-man gang in your dad's company. What was it like being in the ring with him?
He's big, he's rough, he's tough. I remember just having some crazy wild match. He was a good guy though. I think from what I remember, he was a good, real good guy.
And what do you remember about your matches with Kurt Hennig?
He was like the first. I remember him being the first big American superstar that I wrestled. I remember being real nervous, and I felt like that was my first test. And I learned a lot from him. He was. I don't know if he was perfect, but he was very close to it. Good guy too.
Yeah. Were you surprised at his passing?
It was the crazy days. You know what I mean? Who knows? Nowadays, everybody seems to be on the clock.
Now, Vampiro is fairly famous in Puerto Rico. We've used him in this company. What are your memories of working with him? And do you think he kind of gets a bad reputation sometimes?
I think so, yeah. I had good experiences with him. Him and I get along real good. We're still friends to this day. I've seen him down in Mexico. I've seen him in other promotions. And like I said, we're friends.
And how did you end up transferring over to WWE after Puerto Rico?
I was wrestling in Puerto Rico maybe like 4 or 5 years, I think. And I guess somebody from WWE saw one of my dad's shows and then ended up calling my dad and asked me to go do some dark matches. I think I did 2 dark matches for them, and then after that they called me a couple months later. They called me to go to OVW.
And those dark matches were with
Tommy Dreamer and Jamie Noble, and they were real cool. They treated me real good, thank God.
So when you went to OVW, that was pretty much the only development system around in that time?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was before the was the other one DSW or something, or the Big West, some of that. Yeah.
Was Lance Storm the trigger of that?
No, Rip Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned a lot from him. He's a character, but a real good guy.
You have any funny stories about him when I was here?
I probably do. I'm not a good storyteller. My memory's terrible. I'm more like a jump starter. If you jump start the story, I can jump in. But if you tell me to come up with stuff, like I have a bunch of, like anybody, a bunch of road stories. But if you ask me, tell me one, I got nothing. And you tell me, remember the time, then I can jump in.
So you were the second Puerto Rican Intercontinental champion in history after Pedro Morales. Do you have any memories about winning that title and how important it was to you, if it was at all important?
Yeah, of course it's important. It's the Intercontinental title. It was a long time ago. So, like I said, my memory is terrible, but it was cool to be. It was good, I was very proud to be the Intercontinental and the United States champion.
And I forgot to mention this. Was Jim Cornette working in Ohio Valley at the time?
Jim Cornette was there, yeah.
Well, how was he as a character? Is he as eccentric?
He's what you see on TV. I liked him. I don't think he liked me too much, but I found him very entertaining.
And you worked with Rob Van Dam in WWE. How were those matches for you?
Again, my memories. I'm assuming they were good. Rob Van Dam. I think has good matches. I believe they probably were good. Yeah, you have to ask.
What was your favorite feud of your time in WWE?
See, that's the question. People ask me like your favorite match, and I don't know. There's a lot of good times. I can't remember exactly what feud or.
You did have a feud with Ric Flair at one point.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was when I knew Rick since I was a little kid. So being able to tag with him and feud with him was, and also working a guy that used to wrestle my dad it was a big honor.
And you worked with Triple H too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that kind of strange working with someone that has that much backstage power, or is it just
Not really. I didn't care about, people know me. I didn't really feel any pressure from backstage or something. I was always loose, and it's cool to work one of the greats. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't remember much, but I'm sure, working with him, I'm sure we could matches.
And for a while in Puerto Rico, there was a big feud between IWA and WWC. Did you kind of keep yourself out of that, or did it affect you at all?
Let's go back even further.
It was getting fairly.
I thought it was good for the business. You know what I mean? It was good to see the companies. It was good to see. I just thought about the excitement with the fans. You know what I mean? It was different things going on, and you saw both companies really working hard to give a better show. So I thought it made everyone better.
You think that's what's missing in Puerto Rico right now? Good competition.
That's missing, I think, everywhere. Everywhere's. But like I said, people complain about wrestling now, the ratings and all that. But wrestling goes through cycles. It's always been like that. It's not the worst it's ever been. It'll be up for a little bit, then it'll be down. Like right now is a downtime, and then something will come along and it'll catch on and it'll catch fire again.
And everyone remembers your feud with John Cena and the interaction that you had with him. Do you have anything that stands out to you about working with John Cena?
He's a machine, man. He really is. If anybody is a machine, that's one dude that he deserves everything he's got. And I think people might boo him or hate him or feel like he's shoved down people's throat, but I think at least they respect him, because that's one guy that gives everything to the business.
What was it like working for WWE in Puerto Rico when you came back as such a huge star?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm trying to remember what I did. Yeah, I remember it was the crowd was great. They received me real cool, a great ovation. And it's always fun to work in front of my home crowd.
And is your dad, does he help promote WWE down there at all? Or?
Yeah, he's helped out a couple times. I don't know if he still does or not, but they have a good relationship.
And you still currently work for your father?
When I can, I try to get back and work for my dad.
And you actually inducted your father in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014. What were your thoughts of him going in? Because it's such a big deal.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. And in Puerto Rico, man, it was a crazy time. Everyone was happy. He was all over the place. I was just happy for him. Very proud. Because I thought he deserved it. A couple years back. But I knew eventually he'd get in, and it was great to be there to celebrate that with him.
And you had a big match in recent years after WWE with Sting in Puerto Rico. What was it like working with a legend like that in front of a really good house? Yeah, man. He's a legend too. It's great to be in there with the legends. And I never thought that our paths would cross. You know what I mean? He never was in WWE. He was a TNA guy. So to be able to say that I've worked Sting is a great honor. And what was it like working with Jeff Hardy? He's such a crazy. Man. Jeff is Jeff, man. He's a different type of dude, man. He's a free spirit, and he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to work. And he's a good guy to hang out with too. Oh, I can imagine. There's been a lot of talk. You're still obviously young, and you look to be in better shape actually than when you were last in WWE. Do you think you're ever going to end up back there, or is it something that you're not really interested in? Hopefully, if everything lines up correctly, you know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life now. I still got a couple of years left, and if it's really up to them. It's not up to me. If they, like I said, the ball's really in their court. So if they want, But that's where I started. That's where I made my career, and I haven't gone anywhere else so far. My plan is always to go back, but for the right under the right circumstances. Are you? Do you think that your brother and your cousin Orlando have had a pretty good run there so far? They've been there for, I guess, almost 10 years now. Yeah, anybody that's been there for that long, you gotta have you gotta say it's been a good run. You know what I mean? Been there longer than I was, I think. So. And a lot of people don't know you feuded with Abdullah the Butcher. What were those matches like? He was it was like I said, there's another guy I've known since a kid and seen all the feuds with my dad.
I'm trying to remember the matches. I don't even know if the matches were great, but you know, it's another thing to say that I've been in there with Abdul the Butcher.
I'm just curious what you think of Invader. He's such a controversial character in Puerto Rico and
Yeah.
the whole situation. What are your thoughts on that situation?
Like I said, man, I was a kid. I don't know, maybe like 9 years old. Maybe I don't know. I think I was there. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I knew Brody's wife and kid, and I became good friends with the kid. And like I said, yeah, Invader's a very controversial character. You know, I got along with him. I have a lot of, you know, I've known him since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? He's always been a good person to me, and yeah, it's just a very controversial character.
And just finally, what message would you want to give to your fans for the future? What can we expect out of you in the future?
Say no to drugs, stay in school. I don't know, man. Just yeah, actually, you know what? In all seriousness, I'd like to thank them for. I've been off TV now. I never went to any other promotion. I've been off TV 6 years, and I'm still able to do this. You know, just make a living off wrestling. I was thinking about it the other day, man. I think it's pretty cool that you know, they still follow me. So I just want to thank them for the support and allowing me to do what I do for so long.
And you're known as a bit of a ladies' man. You want to name any of the divas you've gone out with over the years?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. That's news to me.
All right, thank you.